What is good, everybody? Rocking my New Balance shirt. Um, so today's video is about the New York Giants. Now, it's been a long time since I reacted to any games of the New York Giants. I said I was gonna evaluate the New York Giants until the season is over, but I had to get this off my chest because the New York Giants, to me, is um, the gold, the cream of the crop when it comes to NFL. You know, um, you have the Cowboys, the 49ers, the Giants. If you look at all the historic teams, you know what I'm saying, that won multiple Super Bowls, the Giants are the Giants are always up there. When you talk about the Giants, you obviously talk about either Eli, Lawrence Taylor, Michael Strahan, or Justin Tuck. Okay. Um, they had a philosophy that they always carried around with them, right? And that philosophy was believe, believe, believe. I remember Tom Coughlin used to preach that all the time. Believe, believe, believe. Um, and they were a great team. The New York Giants had, I would probably say, from 2008 all the way to 2012, they had a very good 5 year stretch where they were great. Okay. Um, and then the Giants just collapsed from 2013, from 2013 all the way to 2000. I would probably say 16, no 15. They collapsed. And then 16, they started to be good again. And then 17, 18, 19, they just started to collapse again. And then they found their rhythm around 2021, won one playoff game for the first time. And they went back to being mediocre again, right? It feels like the NFL do not want to it feels like the NFL do not want to reward big time teams, big market teams, right? They want to go for the low market teams, like the Jacksonville Jaguars, like the Kansas City Chiefs. They want to go for small market teams, right? Which the Giants are not a small market team. Um, so when I saw Tommy Hilfiger, because I'm gonna call him Tommy Hilfiger, because again, I'm gonna stand on what I said before. The NFL know what they're doing. The NFL is setting up this kid to fail bad, miserably, right? Like right now, he's having the time of his life. He's going out there. He's not costing the team the game. He's a game manager. That's all he is. He's not a game changer. He's a game manager, first of all. Second of all, he was third on the depth chart, right? He was behind Tyrod Taylor. So he didn't earn anything, right? They had to give it to him because obviously Tyrod Taylor was hurt and Daniel Jones was hurt. So they had no alternative but to go to him, right? Okay, he starts. He wins one game. Okay, boom, he wins two games. Boom, okay, wins a third game. Now everybody's throwing a damn parade like he won a damn Super Bowl or something. Can we pump the brakes for a second? Like, please. Like, every Giants fan is living in denial right now. Okay. First of all, he's an undrafted rookie. Okay. Second of all, we've seen this 1,000 times. We really have. Go back and look at Nick Foles' career, for example. Go back and look at Nick Foles' career. Did he have the best upbringing when he went to the when he got into the NFL? Probably not. Or maybe that's a bad example. Tony Romo is a good example, right? He took over for Quentin Carter, you know, because Jerry Jones thought that he found something in Tony Romo. He held on to Tony Romo too long. Tony Romo had the exact same success that Tommy Hilfiger is having. The only difference is Tony Romo won you a lot of games. Notice the Dallas Cowboys never had back-to-back losing seasons under Tony Romo, but the Giants did, right? The one knock on Tony Romo was he lost the big games. He couldn't get it done in big games outside of winning one measly playoff game, he couldn't get it done in big moments. So they waited 2014, 15, 16. And then until 2017 came up, and then we saw the draft class of Carson Wentz, Dak Prescott, who also was in that draft class, Ezekiel Elliott, you know what I'm saying? So the Cowboys picked Dak with the fourth pick, right? Or maybe he did go in the first round and he was the fourth pick. And then later on, they took Ezekiel Elliott because they had multiple draft picks, right? Tony Romo wind up getting hurt. Dak Prescott slid in, and he took the baton and ran with it, right? He ran with it. So my evaluation of Tommy Hilfiger or Tommy DeVito, my perception of Tommy DeVito is this. He's not the answer. Now, I did watch film, and I did watch them break down film and how he's, obviously outdueling or outperforming Daniel Jones. Like, this is the throw that Daniel Jones was supposed to make, but he didn't make. Or this is the exact same throw that Daniel Jones couldn't succeed or cash in on, but Tommy DeVito is making these throws like he's a 15-year vet, right? The NFL has a way to build you up and then tear you back down, right? If you look at the 3 wins that the Giants have right now, one is against Green Bay Packers, the other one is against the Patriots, and the other one is against the Commanders, right? All 3 of those teams are not a good team whatsoever. The Packers went from spanking the Kansas City Chiefs to losing on the road against the Giants, who the Packers never lost in December, and all of a sudden they lost. Like, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. But again, kudos to the Giants for winning a home game, right? Which we all know they're allergic to, winning at home sometimes. And then the other two wins was against the Patriots and their Commanders, which we swept. Okay. Now, again, I'm not saying that these wins don't count or it doesn't matter. We're 5-8 right now. So again, if everything comes into fruition, we're going to need help. Even if we win out, even if we do beat the Saints and the Rams and Philly twice, we still would need help because of our record and because of our division record. Because your division record and your regular season record have to butt heads. You can't have a good regular season record, and that's if you win enough games, right? Like, let's say you go 3-13 or whatever, you'll be fine. Even if you go 2-4 in your division, you still have a good higher record that you can obviously get into the playoffs. But if you like the Giants with a 5-8 record, 2-4, right? Or yeah, 2-4, because obviously the Eagles is going to sweep. The Eagles is going to sweep us. Okay, we're not beating the Eagles not one time. Okay, I don't even care if they do have Hurts. They're gonna have Hurts for Christmas, but the second game they're not gonna have Hurts because they're gonna have everything locked up by then. And their backup quarterback is still better than ours. So I mean, so yeah, so everything has to line up perfectly, right? There's certain teams that we need for them to beat. Simple as that, right? Simple as that. So I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Okay, and this is the last time. I'm literally sick and tired of seeing Danny DeVito. I really am. Like I never had anything bad to say about Daniel Jones. Like I said again, the only criticism I had about Daniel Jones is stepping up in big games and his mechanics or his vision. You know, like he just does a poor job of staring down one player and not going through his progression. That's the only two things I ever said about Daniel Jones. Other than that, Daniel Jones have all the tools in the world to be a great quarterback in this league. We paid him all this money for a reason because we thought that he was going to be the guy. We're not going to take away anything away from Daniel Jones. We're not going to discredit Daniel Jones and praise a third string undrafted player who's only won 3 measly games against 3 bad teams. Okay. The Giants struggle against teams under 500 or over 500, I should say. Okay. Now, they were facing a very good Packers team. The Packers was obviously without some of their key players. We all know that. The Saints, on the other hand, the Saints another bad run defensive team. They're not good against the run. They're good against the pass, but they're not good against the run. Okay. So you can look for Saquon Barkley to have another 100. What he had like he had like one touchdown. He had one touchdown and 89 yards, right? He could have popped for another 100 yards if he wanted to, or if they ran the ball more with him. So you're gonna see Saquon Barkley, ramp up the yards. He's gonna have more rushing yards, right? Because the Saints are not a good run team. They're a good passing team, but they're not a good run team. Okay. Offensively, they got Kamara, they got Thomas. That's if he decides to play, because Thomas sometimes he be out a lot of these games. So if they can have him in that lineup, plus Kamara, plus that dual threat, I forgot his name, that dual threat running back, that quarterback that can play, you know, that can play wide receiver, running back, you know what I'm saying? They still have him as the disposal, right? So the Saints are a very good team. They really are. They are not. I'll tell you this: the Saints are not the Packers. Okay, they only have one glaring. They only have one glaring hole, and that's against the defense, right? Against the defensive run. They're not good at stopping quarterbacks. I mean, running backs. Okay, but I'm just sick and tired of seeing Danny DeVito. I really am. You know, um, like you didn't get that from Eli Manning. You never got this pop from Eli Manning. Even when Eli Manning won those 2 Super Bowls, we never gave him his flowers. We never actually gave him his flowers. Like we're treating Tommy DeVito like he won 3 Super Bowls already. Like pump the brakes. You know, Like, we in this position for a reason. Like, I don't make excuses. We sucked. We got blown out week one. Week two, we could have gone easily on 3 because there was no way we was going to beat the 49ers. So we had to beat the Cardinals to make it a season. And we still got crushed against the 49ers. We got embarrassed against the Las Vegas Raiders. Obviously, shout out to Antonio Pierce, um, former linebacker for us. Before that, he was with the Redskins, and then obviously we traded for him. Um, and he was our best linebacker until he got hurt and he had to retire due to injury around 2009. Or after the 2009 season, he had to retire with a bulging disc in his neck. And then after that, we couldn't even beat the damn Dolphins because they beat the bricks off of us. So everything that could go wrong did go wrong for us, right? We went from winning the playoffs, Brian Dable winning Coach of the Year. You thought that we was gonna maximize our potential, take it to the next level, and then boom. Even though we was facing we had the third hardest schedule. The Lions had the fifth. Like, come on, man. Like, I even told my homeboy at work, like, because he's a huge Cowboys fan. I said, look, anybody could be any quarterback could be great on a garbage team. Look at Daniel Jones last year. Daniel Jones was not working with nothing, and he made it work. So when he had everything at his disposal, that contract messed him up. Now, I'm not saying that the money messed him up because I don't think Daniel Jones really cared about the money that much, because he knew the money was going to go to him. It was just living up to high expectations. I think, living up to high expectations kind of, startled him a little bit, like everybody's saying like, oh, Daniel Jones got to win the Super Bowl. Daniel Jones got to win at least 2 Super Bowls to, to contend with Eli Manning or probably surpass or tie Eli Manning. You know what I'm saying? Because outside of Phil Simms, Kerry Collins, yeah, he took us to the playoffs. He took us to the Super Bowl, but he wet the bed. And after that, we traded in the draft for Eli. It took him 4 or 5 years to win his first Super Bowl. It took him another 4 years to win his second Super Bowl. And after that, he just never won another Super Bowl again. So we're still trying to find that guy. A lot of people say Daniel Jones is not it. That's their opinion. I still think he has what it takes to be in New York. He just got to stay healthy. He got to, one, stay healthy, B, show up in big games, and B and C, work on his mechanics. Not really his mechanics, but just work on his peripheral vision. The way that he's stares down one receiver, he has to go through his progression. Eli Manning had to learn that the hard way. His rookie year was not the best rookie year. Daniel Jones had a better rookie year than Eli Manning. Like it feels like Tommy DeVito is playing on rookie mode. It really does. Because nobody has any film on him. Nobody has any tape on him. Like, he's just winning games left and right, and people is just eating it up like a used condom. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just bad. Now, I'm not downplaying him. I'm not bashing him, but it's the truth. I've watched the NFL long enough to understand how the NFL works. They have done this countless times to countless players who didn't deserve to be a starter. Prime example, look at Jay Cutler. You think Jay Cutler, yeah, he had a big arm. That's the only thing he had. He had no mobility. He was trash in big games. I mean, countless times, every time I watch old ESPN, old First Take, oh, Stephen A used to rant about Jay Cutler. Oh my God, like every single time, like sometimes Stephen A. Smith said, you know what? I would have, I would rather have, I can't believe I'm saying, I can't believe I was saying this, Skip, but I would rather have Tony Romo than Jay Cutler. Oh, sorry. You know what I'm saying? Sorry behind. He can't cuss on to national television. So he said, I'd rather have Tony Romo than Jay Cutler. Sorry behind. Oh, this guy sucks. And then, freaking Skip Bayless would defend Jay Cutler because he came from Vanderbilt, and that's the college that Skip went to, right? Like any player that goes to Vanderbilt, Skip will automatically freaking, vouch for them like he's his ex-girlfriend or whatever. But yeah, like you've seen the NFL, you've been alive for so long to see the NFL. I've seen the NFL for 31 years, right? Like for me, I got into the NFL, around 2004, right? Because the Knicks was all I knew. In terms of sports, the Knicks was all I knew. So I didn't really have a second sport to cheer for. Yeah, I would watch NFL from here and there, but I didn't really have a team. You know, it wasn't until like 2004 when my Knicks was just pitiful and I just couldn't stand them no more. Even though I still support them to this day, they was just ass back then. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna focus on another team. So I did my homework. I did my homework on all 32 teams, and I just wanted. I'll leave that for another video. But I just don't like attention. I think Tommy DeVito is an attention seeker. I really do. Um, you know, like you never seen. Like I remember Big Big Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger rookie year. He was cool, calm, collective. Like if he got sacked or threw an interception, he didn't showboat. He just went to the next play and got better, or try to see if he got better. Like every single time I goes out somewhere, oh my God, Tommy DeVito this. I have to wear my damn Knicks hat, right? I have to wear my damn Knicks hat, and then everybody's saying, "Oh, you saw Tommy DeVito? You saw Tommy DeVito?" And I have to sit there with a straight face and say, "Yeah, I, you know, yeah, and people would look at me like, "Ain't you ecstatic? Like he's winning you games. He's this and that." It's just the way he's winning games. It's not even he's winning games. It's just the way he's winning games. It's annoying, you know. Like we don't need a freaking Tim Tebow circus. We don't need a Johnny Manziel circus. We don't need that. Like, how come y'all didn't give this exact same energy to Eli Manning when he won those 2 Super Bowls? Like this shit does this crap doesn't make any sense. But I'm the bad guy because I don't like winning. I like winning. I like winning, but you have to do it. You have to do it the right way, right? Because showboating, doing all this, like he's a walking meme. And then, and if this blows up in his face, what Giants fans are going to do? Giants fans are quick to jump off the bandwagon. When anything is hot in New York, New Yorkers will honestly jump on it. And I know from experience, because I'm from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like Flatbush Avenue. I'm from Brooklyn. So when New Yorkers find something that's hot, they jump on that. Whether it's music, sports, whatever, they'll jump on it. When it's not hot no more, whoa, they'll burn out like a quick bridge. It's not even funny. The Giants do not need attention. Okay, the Giants just need to. Now, obviously, I could say that the Giants just need to lose these games, but they can't lose anymore because they went from third to fourth. Now they're down to eighth. They have the eighth pick in this draft. So the Giants messed themselves up by not following the script. Because, like I said, any quarterback can look good on a bad team. You could put Patrick Mahomes against. You could put Patrick Mahomes on this Giant squad right now with the same weapons, the same protection. Now, notice he didn't get sacked against Green Bay because the Green Bay Packers do not blitz. They don't have Wink Martindale's system where they blitz constantly, right? They use their front four, right? They allowed the offensive line, the same offensive line that was guarding for Daniel Jones. They did not allow a single sack. He was pressured, he was hit, but he wasn't sacked. Now you put Patrick Mahomes on this team. Oh, he'll be making Wan'Dale Robinson and Jalen Hyatt and Hodgkinson looking like the next coming of L Terrell Owens and Randy Moss. But when the team is good, when the team have all their criterias, when the team is good, it's like, where was this against these three teams? Now, the Giants will lose tomorrow. There's no question about it. But the question is, will Giants fans still have the same feeling Monday? Right? Like, will the Giants still have the same feeling Monday? Will they stick behind Tommy DeVito's side, or will they say, oh, the ride was good while it lasted? You know, like if he goes out there and throws 5 picks, have an awful game, Giants fans will turn on him because that's just their nature. You know, they expect you to keep on trucking. You know, they expect you to keep on winning. But once you lose that one game, they're going to turn on you bad. They're going to use they're going to use your memes against you. That's how bad it will turn out. Because the more you win, the more they're cheer, they're boo, or not boo. The more you win, the more they're cheered, the more they'll pump you up, right? As soon as you have one bad game, they will turn on you. New Yorkers ain't loyal. New York fans are not loyal at all. They're not. They'll turn on you like a bad habit. They're not loyal at all. They say they're loyal, but they're not loyal. Because I remember when Odell Beckham Jr. was here, right? Drafted in 2014. Oh, everybody was on Odell like crack. It was bad. It was that type of badness, you know. And Odell was not even winning us games. Beside that, you know, like all those one-handed catches resulted into L's against the Buffalo, against Dallas. I remember one-handed he did against Washington. We lost that game. Like, he's done more bad than he did good. And it's crazy. And everybody wants to say, oh, the reason why we had that 11-game winning streak was because of him. No, it wasn't. It Was it because of the defense? Who was the GM at the time? Jerry Reese. Jerry Reese had to go out there and spend a boatload of money on the defense, bringing up, signing. Who was it? Signing Snack Harrison from the Jets, signing Olivier Vernon from the Browns, signing Jack Rabbit from the Rams, adding DRC from the Cardinals. You already had JPP. That defense was good, and then on top of that, you had a rookie, Landon Collins. So that defense was good. That defense was good enough to win us 11 games because the defense kept us in games. But what happened when the defense couldn't do it no more? They collapsed in the biggest stage of them all, and that's the playoffs. We only scored 13 measly points. And then the Giants defense just mentally shut down. Or not even mentally, but just physically shut down. They just shut down. They surrendered 38 points, right? They surrendered 38 points. And I know this has nothing to do with Tommy DeVito, but I'm just making a point. When you're playing bad, when you're playing good on a bad team, it shows who you really are. When you playing good on a good team, it maximizes your potential. So right now, Tommy DeVito is playing bad or is playing good on a bad team. So next year, you're just going to forget about Daniel Jones. Now, obviously, Daniel Jones is still recovering from his injury. From now all the way until when the season starts again, he should be a full go. I don't want to hear, oh, it's going to take another 2 months or another month. No, from right now, from February all the way till from February all the way to August, I don't want to hear Daniel Jones is not ready because that's what December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. That's 9 months. Nine months from now, Daniel Jones should be a full 100% green go. There's no, oh, he's still nicked up or, oh, he's still recovering. No, you have 9 long months to be recovered or to work on whatever damage was done to your knee. Daniel Jones just got to do three things: stay healthy, or work on his peripheral vision, and show up in big games. If he can do all those three things, the Giants will be in great hands, and we can forget about Tommy DeVito. Okay, because I know he's not it. He's not it. Tommy DeVito is just a game manager, in my opinion. And I'm not sitting here and ridiculing him. The season is lost. Okay. Like, what you want me to do? You want me to win these meaningless games that doesn't count? You want me to get the seventh seed, right? If everything aligns in place, get the seventh seed, right? Now we're gonna be going against who? The number one seed in the East, whether it's the 49ers, whether it's the Cowboys, whether it's the Eagles. We're gonna be facing one of those three teams. And then we're gonna get smashed. We're gonna get blown out. Tommy DeVito is probably gonna have his worst playoff performance ever. Now let's say Tommy DeVito goes out there and continues his winning streak. Let's say everything lines up in place. Let's say the Giants win out and everything lines up. And Tommy DeVito goes out there and he forgets how to play football. Not even forget how to play football. Just underperform. Bad. Oh, he's been sacked 6 times. He threw 4 interceptions. He threw one measly touchdown. He had a QBR of 6.50. And now I'm gonna sit here and say, I'm gonna come on here and say, told you so. Told you so. I seen this shit coming a mile away. Told you so. And then everybody's gonna say, you see, if Tyrod Taylor was there, they wouldn't lose. Like, okay, yeah, like Tyrod Taylor was gonna make a difference. Or if Daniel Jones wasn't hurt, they was gonna win. Like, people just bring up stupid scenarios in their head and thinking that it's going to work. But we'll see tomorrow. Like I said, I'm gonna continue to watch these games. I said that I was not going to. I was going to wait until the end of the season to evaluate the New York Giants. But I said, you know what, F it. This whole Tommy DeVito mania is going crazy. It's going crazy and it's getting out of control. I don't like attention. I really don't. I'm not an attention guy. I don't seek attention upon me. I just go in there, get the job done, and that's it. Phil Simms was the same way. Eli Manning was the same way. I expected Daniel Jones, but obviously it's the media hyping Daniel Jones up and making all these memes and doing all this stupid crap. Just get the job done. That's all I ask. Just to just get the job done. You don't gotta overdo it. You don't gotta every time you score acting like Johnny Manziel with his freaking money sign and shit. Like, speaking of Johnny Manziel, you saw how quick he got out the league, right? He was being too cocky. He was being arrogant. He was being too much full of himself, right? Now I'm not saying that Tommy DeVito is Johnny Manziel, but sometimes you gotta remind yourself you're playing an undrafted third string rookie. There's zero ties, you know. Like, I don't care if he does continue his streak. Like he's the Undertaker or some shit. Daniel Jones, it's still his team. As bad and painful it is for y'all to listen to this, it's still Daniel Jones's team. Whether you like it or not, it's still his team. Y'all can make all the money sign, y'all can make all these damn memes, like his dad is his agent. Like, y'all can do all that Godfather and all that crap. But the fact of the matter is, it's still Daniel Jones's team. Because next year, Daniel Jones is going to come back better, bigger, faster. Not even all that, but he's just going to come back himself. And like I said, all I ask for Daniel Jones is 3 things: work on his big time games, which obviously is going to be a struggle, but I know he can bounce back from it, right? He had one particular good game, and that was against the Vikings in the playoffs, right? That was the Vikings in the playoffs. That was his only big time game, and he balled out, and after that, he just got destroyed against the Eagles, okay? But at least he won us a playoff game in a long time. But a lot of people shun from that. A lot of people forget, oh, Daniel Jones, who is that? I don't know who's that. Like, for me, I never forget, you know? Like, I'm not going to quickly jump on a fucking bandwagon because he's playing well. He played 3 measly freaking games. Like, what do you want from me? Like, you want a cookie? Like Tyrod Taylor could have gone out there and won 3 games. Like y'all gonna build a statue, y'all gonna overhype him because I believe if if it was Daniel, if not Daniel Jones, if it was Tyrod Taylor winning these 3 games, he wouldn't even get the dedication. He wouldn't even get the same result as Tommy DeVito. But since Tommy DeVito is an undrafted rookie, he's third on the depth chart. Oh, y'all want to make a big deal out of it. But like I said, Sunday, Tommy DeVito will show you your true colors. He will show y'all. He will show y'all his true colors, and it won't be pleasant. So like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. I'm out.